Welcome to Lesson 32, where we meet the web's Swiss Army knife. Picture Mia. She's wiring a weather API into her app, and the docs say, get some URL. She could spin up Python to test it, but that's slow feedback. Better idea, hit the URL straight from her terminal and see the actual JSON before writing a single line of app code. That's curl, short for client URL, and it talks to anything with an address. So what does it actually do? At its simplest, curl plus a URL fires off an HTTP GET and dumps whatever comes back straight to your terminal. JSON stays JSON, HTML stays HTML, and yes, an image will spray binary garbage across your screen unless you redirect it to a file. It speaks dozens of protocols, FTP, SMTP, even Gopher, but 99% of the time you're using it for HTTP. Day to day, it boils down to 4 moves. Fetch a page or API, download a file, peek at headers with -I, or send post data to test an endpoint. That's the whole toolkit. Time to actually run it. Type curl, paste a URL, hit enter. That's the whole ceremony. Here we're poking GitHub's public API for Linus Torvalds' profile. No auth, no setup, and back comes clean. JSON, login, ID, follower count, the works. Output lands on stdout, which means you can pipe it straight into JQ for pretty formatting or grep to grab one field. No code, no library, no boilerplate, and just a URL and a terminal. Now curl has hundreds of flags, but 3 of them will carry you through 80% of real-world use. -O saves the response to a file instead of dumping it to your terminal, perfect for downloading images or installers. -I fetches only the headers so you can check status codes and content types without pulling the whole body. And -L follows redirects, which matters every time you hit a short link like bit.ly. Stack them together and you get the famous install pattern, curl-fssl piped into sh, which you've seen on 1,000 README pages. But downloading files is just the warm-up. The real power shows up when you start talking back to APIs. By default, curl sends a GET, safe, read-only, just fetching data. Add -x post with a -d payload, and suddenly you're creating resources, sending JSON bodies to register users, submit forms, whatever the API accepts. Swap and delete and you're removing them. 2 headers do most of the heavy lifting, content type for JSON, and authorization with a bearer token when the endpoint is locked down. Here's where it all clicks together. Mia wants to integrate the GitHub API into her app, but instead of jumping straight into Python, she pokes at it with curl first. Step 1. A -I to check the endpoint is alive. HTTP 200, JSON content type, good. Step 2. Hit a real repo endpoint and pipe it through JQ to pull out just the name. Step 3. Send her token in an authorization header and confirm the authenticated response shape. 5 minutes in the terminal, and now she knows exactly what her Python code needs to handle. Now, before we move on, a word of caution. You've seen install instructions that say curl this URL, pipe it straight into bash, sometimes with sudo. Convenient, yes, safe. Not really. You're handing a remote server direct access to a root shell, trusting that nothing on their end has been tampered with. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. Curl the script to a file, cat it, skim what it actually does, then run it. 30 seconds of reading versus a compromised machine. For Docker or Homebrew, sure, pipe away. For some random blog, never. Okay, security lecture over. Let's talk about curl's best friends. Curl fetches, but it almost never works alone. 3 tools turn raw responses into something useful. JQ parses JSON, so you pipe curl into jq.email and pull just the field you want. Grep filters plain text or HTML when you need a quick scrape. And wget takes over when you're grabbing whole directories instead of a single URL. Fetch plus parse, fetch plus filter, fetch bulk. 3 patterns you'll reach for constantly. Time to stop reading and start typing. 3 quick exercises, all on public APIs, no auth required. First, hit Wikipedia with -I. You'll get headers only, HTTP 200, no body. Second, curl GitHub's user endpoint for Torvalds and watch Linus's profile come back as raw JSON. Third, -O against the Linux kernel README. It downloads and keeps the original file name. Status check, JSON fetch, file save. 3 patterns, 3 seconds each. And that's curl. 4 letters, 8,000 uses. You can now get a URL, save it with -O or -O, peek at headers with -I, and post data with -X. The web is officially your command line. Next up, wget, curl's specialist sibling, the dedicated download machine with progress bars, resume support, and retries built in. 2 tools, different strengths. See you in Lesson 33.